Biden is about to speak,
your
so
own
let's take a
personal
look at what
office.
he's
So
about
that's
to say.
kind of how these things are set up here. So
Got it. Casey, got to jump. Let's listen to the president-elect, Joe Biden.
Delayed coming out to speak to you. I initially was going to talk about the economy, but all of you have been watching what I've been watching. At this hour, our democracy is under an unprecedented assault, unlike anything we've seen in modern times. An assault on the citadel of liberty, the Capitol itself. An assault on the people's representatives, on the Capitol Hill police, sworn to protect them, on the public servants who work at the heart of our republic. An assault on the rule of law like few times we've ever seen it. An assault on the most sacred of American undertakings, the doing of the people's business. Let me be very clear. The scenes of chaos at the Capitol do not reflect a true America, do not represent who we are. What we're seeing are a small number of extremists dedicated to lawlessness. This is not dissent.
Small number?
It's disorder.
Motherfucker, it's not a small number.
It borders on sedition. And it must
Bro, these are
end
like...
now.
Yo, this is how you know Joe Biden doesn't know any fucking Republicans outside of Republican politicians. I have fucking friends whose parents are at that rally, motherfucker. This is how Trump supporters are. They fly in from El Segundo to attend this shit, okay? They're not random people. I mean, they're not extremist terrorists that, like, are hiding in a fucking cave somewhere like Al-Qaeda. These are everyday Americans who have been waiting for this moment.
They can incite.
Do you not know a single normal Republican?
Therefore, I call on President Trump to go on national television now to fulfill his oath and defend the Constitution and demand an end to this siege, to storm the Capitol, to smash windows, to occupy offices, the floor of the United States Senate, rummaging through desks, on the Capitol, on the House of Representatives, threatening the safety of duly elected officials. It's not protest, it's insurrection. The world's watching. Like so many other Americans, I am genuinely shocked and saddened that our nation, so long the beacon of light and hope for democracy, has come to such a dark moment. Through war and strife, America's endured much, and we will endure here, and we will prevail again, and will prevail now. The work of the moment and the work of the next 4 years must be the restoration of democracy, of decency, honor, respect, the rule of law, just plain, simple decency. The renewal of the politics. It's about solving problems, looking out for one another, not stoking the flames of hate and chaos. As I said, America's about honor, decency, respect, tolerance.
Will Biden mention terrorism? That's not happening.
That's who we've always been.
That's not. It's a terrible. There's
The
56 million no's are going to win
The
it.
Electoral College vote is supposed to be a sacred ritual.
He won't say white Americans are terrorists, brother.
The purpose is to affirm the majesty.
It'll be
of
the
American
greatest upset
democracy.
this Hasino's ever seen.
But today's reminder, a painful one, that democracy is fragile, and to preserve it requires people of goodwill, leaders with the courage to stand up, who are devoted not to the pursuit of power, or the personal interest pursuits of their own selfish interest at any cost, but of the common good. Think what our children watching television is thinking. Think what the rest of the world is looking at. For nearly 2.5 centuries, we, the people, in search of a more perfect union, have kept our eyes on that common good. America is so much better than what we've seen today. Watching the scenes from the Capitol, I was reminded, as I prepared other speeches in the past, I was reminded of the words of Abraham Lincoln in his annual message to Congress, whose work has today been interrupted by chaos.
Bro, Abraham Lincoln killed folks. I mean, how did that story pan out when you had secessionist terrorists? How did that work?
The last best hope on earth. Went on to say, the way is plain.
I mean, in some ways it's similar.
Generous, just. A way which, if followed, the world will forever applaud and God must forever bless. The way is plain here, too. That's who we are. It's the way of democracy, of respect, of decency, of honor, and commitment as patriots to this nation. Notwithstanding what I saw today and we're seeing today, I remain optimistic about the incredible opportunities. There has never been anything we can't do when we do it together. And this god-awful display today is bringing home to every Republican and Democrat and Independent in the nation that we must step up. This is the United States of America. There's never, ever, 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 ever been a thing we've tried to do that we've done it together. We've not been able to do it. So, President Trump, step up. May God bless America.
Oh, no.
May God protect our troops and all those folks at the Capitol who are trying to preserve order. Thank you, and I'm sorry to have kept you waiting.
Step up, sir!
We've seen today. President-elect Joe Biden calling on President Trump to step up, calling what's happening at the Capitol right now
so fucked.
A democracy under assault, and calling on the president to go on national TV to call for an end of the violence we've seen in and outside the U.S. Capitol tonight. An extraordinary moment. Joe Biden actually making a few comments. Okay, as he departs the stage, enough is enough is enough. Joe Biden, who has at times during this period leading up to his inauguration played the de facto healer in chief, once again taking that role under circumstances that probably even he couldn't have imagined. What we're seeing today, supporters of the president who have stormed the U.S. Capitol, who have desecrated parts of the Capitol. We've seen it in a series of photos. Just before we went to the president-elect, we should note some other major news taking place, somewhat related to all this.